every makeup artist used it. Therefore, every interview in your Vogues and everything, everyone recommended this product.
There's like 300 million foundations out there. There surely would be something.
We were in the middle of that sort of 90s waif model, Kate Moss, no makeup. Like when I say no makeup, like literally just skin and maybe some smudged eyeliner because they'd been out all night.
And then like tiny little sperm brows.
Correct. So women, the general public were wanting something that actually provided coverage, but it wasn't that really masky makeup. Look. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the new one. So I'm a big fan personally because where my skin is at, it's definitely not a 21-year-old's flawless skin.
We are going to talk about one of the most hyped products of the year thus far, I would say. And we're going to...
Of the decade, of 3 decades?
Ooh, all right. If that's not encouraging you to stick around...
I don't know what would.
Maybe little leg kick. Ready? Go, Leigh. Woo! Anyway, let's get into it. Let us talk about one of the most famous beauty products in the entire world, I would say. This is on like the top 10 cult products everywhere.
Totally.
Always.
So our lovely friend Fiona sent us an email. And I think we're in a bit of trouble. Ladies, I've been waiting patiently for your thoughts on the Estée Lauder Double Wear update.
I feel like we didn't cross over enough when it came out and we somehow just missed talking about it, which how bad.
It's also, well, not
sackable
really.
offense.
It's also a lot and it comes down to opinion, but we do need to cover it. So the rest of her question says, they've changed the formula. Is it actually that different? I used this foundation 10 years ago and I'm considering buying the new one now because I'm so curious after reading so much about it. And why do brands reformulate cult products like Double Wear when it's so popular just as it is anyway? Amazing question. All right. So for those watching on YouTube, I'm holding a bottle of the brand new Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. A bit of a background story. The original, the world's best-selling prestige foundation, I have to say that, and I'll explain why in a minute, was launched in 1997. So that's 30 years ago.
Dear.
I know, right? I mean, I was barely born.
Okay, well, it's not 30 years ago.
Excuse me. So to set the scene for, long wear foundations, Revlon Color Stay launched in 1995. So a couple of years before Estée Lauder's. So what was happening was long wear sort of matte makeup. Well, long wear wasn't really a thing. There was a lot of matte makeup, but it was super masky. And then
it didn't look good.
It did not look good. And then in the time that these products launched, we were in the middle of that sort of 90s waif model, Kate Moss, no makeup. Like when I say no makeup, like literally just skin and maybe some smudged eyeliner because they'd been out all night.
And then like tiny little sperm brows.
Correct. So women, the general public were wanting something that actually provided coverage, but it wasn't that really masky makeup. So when Estée Lauder launched Double Wear, it was pretty revolutionary because although if we're comparing it to today's standards, the original might be a bit heavy for some. Back then it was like, great, I'm a nurse, I'm a teacher or whatever. I can whack this on. It does give me quite a flawless finish to look at and I don't have to do anything. So from there, Revlon kind of really dominated the mass market whereas the Estée Lauder Double Wear foundation just owned prestige and it owned industry. So every makeup artist used it. Therefore, every interview in your Vogues and everything, everyone recommended this product.
And you know what the crazy thing is that obviously, technology development has come so far over the past 30 years, but they did something pretty revolutionary because it is still a product that it is in so many makeup artist kits.
Absolutely.
The OG. Like it's,
yes. And
instead of formulas that are brand new, they're still going back to a formula that's 30 years old.
Right. So that's the thing. So it was essentially and always has been the #1 best-selling foundation. So it looked amazing on camera, or if you've still got the original formula. I feel like I'm talking about it post, but I guess it's being replaced. It's a tricky time.
But most people still would have, or like
May
they would have
a
stock. They might have access to
I've seen the Ubies jumping on and trying to get all the old stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, amazing on camera or just amazing long wear, good oil control for us combo girls, a really great complex shade range for 30 years ago. So they were kind of one of the first mass brands to really dive into undertones. So cool, warm and neutral, which was pretty rare back then. You kind of just had maybe 10, 12 shades. But no one really understood the undertones.
They were like, there's 12 different skin tones.
Yes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So the original's not very popular for our dry girlies, for our textured skin. You've got to work fast with the original formula. It kind of sets and then that's it. So it can look heavy by today's standards. But the people who love Estée Lauder Double Wear original love it. And
or people that are good with makeup. Like I'm not a huge fan for me, but I can make it work.
Yes, and you're dry because you're good with makeup. So fast forward to now and enters Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup, exactly the same name. So it can be quite confusing online, but just assume that the new one is replacing the old one.
Yes.
So if you do want to hunt out the old one, you've kind of really got to do your research. $79, same name. So the new formula is said to be, and I've got it here for show and tell and play, more modern and more wearable, which makes sense. It's thinner in texture. This is not my shade, but I didn't want to bring in my already dirty bottle. I wore it for the first time yesterday. It's definitely quite different. It's thinner in texture, more sort of runny and fluid. Easier to blend, definitely have more blending time. And then it's said that it's changed from a proper full coverage to a buildable full coverage. I agree with that and I enjoy that. So as a combo girl, as someone whose face really dislikes to show outside's humidity in terms of sweatiness, I really like it because I just feel like I get sweaty upper lip and I get sweaty hair. I've just got a sweaty face. This is actually great because yesterday in Sydney, my goodness, the humidity was 165,000%. Of course, they've added skincare ingredients. Skincare and foundation was not a thing 30 years ago. So now you've got hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and they are saying that it works on all or more skin types. I mean, which it would by default. So imagine you're not Estée Lauder and you don't have the cult status foundation and you think, okay, we want to develop a long wear, not dewy foundation for 2026. What would we invent? Of course, this. But the problem is it is replacing such a popular and polarizing product that not everyone is going to like it. If you really loved the original formula, of which there were many people, they're upset. But then the people that are new to try this or perhaps felt the original Double Wear was too heavy are like, hey, yeah, great. That's a great improvement. My thoughts were when this new one came out was when they did Estée Lauder Double Wear Sheer, were they trying to do a version of this without changing the original? But Double Wear Sheer, which I absolutely love.
Me too.
It definitely does stay, but it is sheer to medium.
Was it discontinued?
Oh, please don't say. I couldn't work.
No. Sorry, it probably isn't. I just haven't seen it.
Going through all this research, I was like, oh my God, I'm digging out my Double Wear Sheer bottles and now I'm back into her. So do you want to have a play?
Shot my stash. I've played with it. I really love it.
Go. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll have to do a comparison.
I've done a try test as well and it does last all day still.
It definitely lasts all day and it's hard because, like I say, I'm trying to show on camera there. That is definitely not my shade, hence why I brought that one in. So if you can see on camera there, like it starts quite slippy, but it does set. I would not need, and I'm someone that sometimes need to set my foundation just down my T-zone. I do not need to set it. I can't imagine, and I haven't used the original Double Wear for many years, and I only ever kind of used it back then. It was too much for even me. It was too matte for me, but I guess I have a job that I can touch up and I do like to try and chop and change with different products and layer products. Whereas that one, it's kind of like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the new one. So I'm a big fan personally because where my skin is at, it's definitely not a 21-year-old's flawless skin. I've got texture, I've got pores. The original was not right for me at this life stage, regardless of being combo. So I'm a big fan, but there's a lot of people that aren't.
Yeah, it seems like I get it. It's one of those things where I think that the world is in such a state of disarray and you can't really get cranky because you don't know where to put your anger.
Yes.
So people are just going to get angry about their simple little comfort that is now changed.
Agreed.
So I do get it, but brands think these things through. They're huge. They're one of the biggest beauty companies in the entire world, if not the biggest beauty company. They wouldn't have made this decision half-heartedly. They wouldn't have not done research.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, were numbers declining? Although it was wildly popular, I'm assuming that's sort of an older demographic that have been with the foundation for a really long time.
They died.
Not to say, excuse me, my friends use it. I'm mid-50s.
I'm joking, but you just said the older, and I was like, well, they started using it 30 years ago. They're now dead.
That's true. No, but I guess the conundrum for a brand like that is you want to keep your, original heritage customers happy, but then you've got new customers coming in that are going, what is this foundation? Because they've used...
When they're also comparing it to formulas that have been made over the past
5 years.
Few years that have so many skincare benefits and are so much better for your skin.
However, now it seems that it's really like that did fill a hole that there was nothing else to fill. Because if you do want that really sort of does not budge situation, people are trying to find a comparative and there's just nothing really that is the same. I mean, I would say
there's like 300 million foundations out there. There surely would be something.
That I like an Estée Lauder Double Wear to like paint. Like I would probably go Revlon.
Paint sticks.
Yes.
The Krylon or whatever the brand is, paint sticks.
Yeah,
Don't
you could
use them
that.
then.
I know. But I do. Look, I feel for everyone. Guys, it's okay. It's just foundation.
People get upset though when their formulas.
I swear that's why I normally never try anything limited edition because I fall in love with every limited edition products and it's then removed.
Yeah, but I think that sometimes they do limited edition to test the waters.
Totally. Yep. Nope. That happened to me once with a Clinique product and I was in mourning for so long, like years. And then they said, we're going to make it permanent. I was like, yes.
Dada said yes.
That's the difference. If you do love the original, I just think you've got to give this a go and just don't compare it to the original because the original is gone. Let's just pretend that's gone now. And just, it is a really great long wearing foundation. And it does, look, I can't move that on my hand. It does have really great benefits for your skin. So maybe it's just more mentally getting around the fact that
exactly
it's
something new.
Yeah. And I think that soon that will be commonplace and we'll have forgotten.
You might even find that you love it more than the original.
Yes.